Dude, okay. We've we've got a video and some photos and some tweets and we got some bullshit we got to get into today. Um Something that I'm pretty sure it blew up on Twitter, but now it's such a talking point, it's kind of blown up everywhere. So, and there's a lot of different things that we need to get into about it, and I think you guys will find it interesting. And at the end of the day, too, it's some bullshit that happens a lot. And well, okay, let's just watch this video that I found on Twitter, and it was actually released by Alex Jones. Some of you might know him. Well, I don't know if he's the one who actually released it, but he put a clip of it up on Twitter, and I think that's where it blew up. So let's watch that. Well, first of all, sorry. Before we even before I start this is a video of Macron, Starmer, and Mers, and they're on a train going to Kiev, Ukraine, right? Um, I'm not sure exactly where they were coming from, but oh no, they were returning from Kiev, and I don't know where they were going to. But they're all leaders of different places. I'm pretty sure Macron is the leader of like France or something, and the other guys leaders of some other places around Europe and shit. So, this is just a video of them on the train in their quarters or whatever, and the press came in, and now we will start the video with that in mind.
Oh, it's a long walk. I'll be back in Poland.
And through my bathroom, huh?
Yeah. It's literally. We came through Germany, and then we made it to France.
Bedroom and
we got through the border.
Right.
Make a photo, and after that you will be allowed to have a drink.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Tout le monde va bien. Ok, c'est bon. Merci.
Thank you.
Okay, now, pretty quick video, right? But, did you guys notice anything? There's a lot that happened, especially in the last 5 seconds of that video, and that's what everybody is kind of talking about. Well, so, as you're watching this, they're getting up from their seats and shaking hands with that other guy and kind of getting up, giving space so he can come and sit down and come around the other side of the table, right? But as they all sit down, there's a couple things on the table of interest. And as they sit down, you might have noticed they kind of got all weird for a second. They're all laughing and giggling and in high spirits and good mood. And then after they sat down, they were like, acting real strange. Well, this is probably why. And I've got some pictures and I got some tweets to go over too. But if you see, on that table, there is a couple items of question. There's two different claims going on of what these items are, but just off of the video, you could see towards the end there, let's watch that again. They sit down, he moves his cup, and then he notices something, and then Macron grabs that thing next to the cup too. And now he's just holding it in his hand. And then he goes with his other hand and swipes it and discreetly puts it in his pocket. And the other dude is just hovering over that other little item. Now, there is this video right here. Let's get a little closer look at those items. Interesting, right? Look at that. Okay, guys. Now, before we go any further, just based off of their reactions and how sketchy they're being and whatever they're up to, does it seem like everything is just dandy and fine? Or does it seem like they're being very suspicious about some weird shit and they just got caught doing something they know might look really bad? Because I look at this and I see some weird shit going on. Why are you trying to conceal those things? What are those? Now, there's different claims of what those items are, and we'll go into some different photos. Okay, get out, dude. I don't want to just hear you whine. Meow, meow, meow. Shut up. There's so much going on, and I'm trying to lay it all out so I'm not being too presumptuous, even though I think I know what is really going on, but I would like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But we look at this picture right here, and it's a blown up image. What does that look like? Looks like a baggie, right? You can even see like some reflective material off of it. It looks all crumpled up and like a used baggie of something, right? You look at the thing over here, and it looks a lot like a little cocaine. What would you even call it? A thing that you would use to get bumps of cocaine. A little spoon, a cocaine spoon or something. And so, you know. But they are the official claims of what these items are is a tissue and a drink stirrer. Huh. Now, they do have another picture of that baggie in question, but it does actually look like a tissue or a handkerchief, whatever they're trying to say, whichever one it is. But if you look at that picture, here's the thing. Either one of those pictures, one or the other, is fake or digitally altered or edited or something, because and this guy did a big investigation on that photo too, and you can see like even the framing is a little bit different, but it looks like a completely different staged photo because the glasses are like crystal clear. And in the main video where you would have captured frames from that video, there's those glasses that are sitting there are not that clear. So something there's some disconnect happening that does not seem like the same picture. And when you look at that picture, it's pretty clear that it's a tissue. But with the quality of the glasses now getting magically better, it does not seem like it's captured from the same video. It seems like they took a picture afterwards. And Grok, for some reason, has been trying very hard to push a certain narrative, it seems like. And I was replying to Grok and trying to figure out what the fuck he's going on about. And people were actually looking at my tweets and liking them and agreeing with me. So I said, so Grok, why were they trying so hard to conceal this toothpick and handkerchief? What's the issue? And he said, the objects in this video were likely a handkerchief and toothpick, not anything illicit, as confirmed by credible sources like Liberation and India Today. The leader's actions, such as pocketing the handkerchief, may have seemed secretive, but were likely normal handling of personal items. There's no evidence of wrongdoing, and claims of cocaine use have been debunked. The controversy stems from misinterpretation amplified by social media and geopolitical tensions, but the evidence points to a misunderstanding. So I said, right, so likely a handkerchief and toothpick, but probably something more, judging by the overreacting to try and conceal such innocent objects. Come on, Grok. You don't think it's maybe a little too strange? And he said, I understand your suspicion about the leader's actions in the video. Credible sources, again, like Liberation and India Today, have identified the objects as a handkerchief and a toothpick, not cocaine. Using high-quality images from AFP and AP, the French presidency also called it a disinformation campaign, likely tied to Russian efforts to undermine Western leaders of the Ukraine conflict. However, the quick movements and lack of official comment have fueled speculation, especially with figures like Alex Jones and Maria Zakharova amplifying the claims, while the evidence strongly supports the debunking. The ambiguity and geopolitical context make the controversy understandable. It highlights how easily misinformation can spread in tense times. So I said, you're just turning this into a he said, she said. Yes, different people are claiming different things, so just look at the situation. It seems weird and seems like they got caught doing something they know was wrong. Why can't you just look at this objectively? And a bunch of people agreed with me on that. And he said, I understand your frustration with conflicting claims. Looking objectively, high-quality images from AFP and AP analyzed by Liberation show the objects were likely a handkerchief and toothpick, not cocaine. The leaders were on a serious diplomatic mission to Kyiv, making drug use improbable. However, their quick actions to pocket the items can seem suspicious, possibly due to being startled by unexpected filming. The claim's amplification by Russian officials suggests a disinformation angle common in geopolitical tensions. While suspicions linger, the evidence leaned towards debunking the cocaine allegations. So, I said, what? Why does that make drug use improbable? If people like using drugs, or usually use drugs, they will partake in their drugs anytime, anywhere, no matter the circumstances. You're giving these guys a lot of credit, and I'm not sure why. And after that, Grok just bailed. He was like, fuck this, dude. I'm not talking to you anymore. This is bullshit, dude. I said what I said. AP and AFP already said it was not cocaine, and I told you that. So stop questioning me on logical shit. I don't want to hear it, Grizzly. I'm out of here. And he just left. What a bitch, dude. What a fucking pussy. Talking about misinformation. And I don't know. Maybe it is just a handkerchief or whatever, a drink stirrer. But that seems really weird. And they seem like they got caught doing something that they should not have been up to. And I was pointing that out to Grok, and I don't know why he can't just look at it like that. I don't know why he's saying, most likely, it's not this, because these trusted sources are saying that it's not. Yeah, people talk shit about whatever the fuck they want. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's likely or probable. You're just making shit up, Grok. So, I mean, you probably know my take on it. I mean, dude, you guys have seen Zelensky himself, right? In almost every single interview he does, like, constantly. Everybody fidgets. I mean, even during this, I've actually had a little itch here, so I'm even itching more than usual. And what I was doing doesn't even compare to what Zelensky does and his mannerisms and his whole vibe during almost every single interview that he does. And when they got when the press came in and they started filming and whatever, they kind of had the same vibes as Zelensky there. Right? Just saying. And I thought you guys should be in the know if you haven't seen it already. What do you think? Alright, guys. Catch you later. Bye.